Number 7 is G Herbo. Completely disagree.
Yeah. Whoever put G Herbo on this just doesn't like his flow. That's all that is.
That's what it is.
And I thought he was on the list because of his extracurricular activities, versus his rapping abilities. Maybe that's why he made the list. But I don't think, and especially to make the list top 10, I don't feel
that's wild.
I don't believe
it's one of the most viewed freestyles on YouTube. Like that one where he raps over the 3-6 beat. He ended up having to turn that into a track and putting it out on the Southside album, if I'm not mistaken, because the freestyle was that popular and people were like, yo, I want to just be able to listen to this shit all the time. Like it was a huge moment for us. So like, you're not doing shit like that if you're a bad rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't agree more.
It goes viral and people are like, no, put this on a track so we can hear it. That doesn't happen. Not if you're trash, let alone in the top 10. That's crazy.
I don't think he should be top 10.
Number 8
I don't
is
think
50.
he should be on the list, period.
Number 8 is 50 Tyson. I can rock with that pick.
I can too.
I can fuck with that.
Mm-hmm. This one's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think we really got to say much.
And then also, it was intentionally after 50 Cent. It wasn't like they both had 50 in their name like that. I think this is before.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, right? He was special, and so it was a play off of the fact that he looked like a combination of 50 Cent and Mike Tyson, so they just called him 50 Tyson.
Oh, wow.
I never knew that.
But I'm almost positive that's what the situation was.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up because I was gonna say like before, like everybody was always named Lil something, Lil this, Lil. No one had ever taken someone else's kind of first name and then went by it. But before this,
right, exactly. Nobody became the Notorious Greg.
Right,
yeah.
The Notorious Greg.
There was a lot of that. There always has been that trend though, of like where there's because in the 80s it was MC Light, MC Shan, MC Hammer.
But you could say MC is the same as Little now, so I can rock. I can go with MC.
It's kind of the same shit. That's what I'm saying. Like there was always, and then there was in the 2000s it was Young. Everybody was Young, Young Hove, Young Jeezy, Young Weezy. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was Young something. Like, and then it went back to Lil again. So
yeah, that's a fact.
Funny about trends. Number 9 is Lil B. I don't know if I can go with that only purely off of the fact that he gave us the cook dance and niggas still do that. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know that has nothing to do with rap skill. Actually, no. Actually, I do gotta put a strike against Lil B for giving us the word based. Because I hate that word. And I hate everyone who uses that word. Especially if you do it unironically. Like if you're using that word and you're serious, I really hate you. So actually, fuck Lil B. He deserves to be on this list. What do y'all think?
Wow.
He did a 180 so fast.
He did
the 180 with the wonton soup dance in his mind just now.
Really shout out to the, you know what I mean? I do appreciate you for that, but the fact that you gave us based means I want to kill you actually. So
I just want to say as a black man to a black man, thank you, Shane, for with your transparency and showing your emotions, because you went through a roller coaster of right there and you did it all live. Like you went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. So, thank you for being transparent and sharing your journey with us.
Give it up for me. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for me.
I'm on a 5-second span.
Yeah, it was quick too, because he was like, man, I can't. Yes, I can't. Fuck that nigga. He got me.
I had to think about it. I had to think about which, you know what I'm saying, where weighed more on my soul? Like, was it the positivity of
soul?
the cook dance? Was it the positivity of the cook dance? Because I enjoy that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Football player scores a touchdown, nigga. It's like, yeah, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Lil B. You gave us that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it'd be little niggas at my job and shit like that. And they be talking about, dude, such and such is so based. And I'm like, let's go outside real quick. Like, why are you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, and that's Lil B too. That's Lil B's
That
fault
nigga
too.
said, let's step outside.
This is
So
so
it's like,
personal because
which do I appreciate more? Those small moments of joy that I get from the cook dance, or the more regular anger that I get from people saying based? You know what I mean?
Where's Little B from?
Lil B is from Oakland.
He's from Oakland.
Maybe okay, so I will say this. Maybe that's why people are using his word of based closer to feet where you're at, because I've never heard anyone ever say that. Ever. Like it's not even like, oh yeah, I knew one dude way back then. Like I've never heard anyone ever say that.
Dang, I'm telling you, bro. Like, dog, these little man.
And you said step outside real quick, so you so many times that it's a
I be having to remember, like, bro, I was graduating high school when you was born, so like I can't really be mad at you. This is just I'm old and it's cool, but you know it is what it is. You know that one gets. I don't like that one. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's just stupid. So you know, shout out and fuck Lil B at the same time. Number 10 is 120. I don't even know who that is. What's that?
First of all, it's I-20.
Yeah,
I-20. Oh, that's I-20 from DTP.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yo,
that's fantastic.
It looked like a one on my shit. That's oh shit. Okay, I can't. Nah, not my
we
nigga.
got them guns that his verse.
Not my nigga Dealer. Dealer ain't one of the worst niggas. Nah, fuck that.
I-20 has one of the most iconic verses, as like it was like Mystikal's verse. You know, everyone knew I-20's verse. I cannot put him on. No.
Move, bitch.
Yeah.
That verse is iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He's on his albums. He's man, get out of here with that slander of my nigga I-20.
Yeah, no, I'm cool on that.
Yeah, that's 120. You good with us, man?
No, hold up. This shit, I'm gonna copy and paste it so that you can see it. I'm gonna copy and paste it in the chat so you know I'm not tripping. This shit actually This shit actually says 120. Look at this. Look, I copied and pasted it. I swear. Look, that's a 1. That shit say 120 on my list, so I'm not tripping. Okay, all right. Hell no. Number 11 is OJ the Juice, man. I don't know if I can rock with that one.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't.
Short But Shorty was one of the most iconic parodies of all time.
Yes.
No. So
here's the thing about Short But Shorty. Is a lot of those lyrics are lyrics that OJ says on every song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's booming, he's bunking, he's serving all the babies for sure. Every song, you know what I'm saying? 6 cell phones, you know, he's trapping off of them bitches on every song, you know what I'm saying? Young Juice Man, goddamn it, he's the shit. Booming off the chain, working with 50 bricks. He's doing that every song. So my question to y'all is, even though we like this nigga's music and we acknowledge that he's been on some classics and all of the above, when you repeat the same bars on all of your hits, how good of a rapper are you?
It doesn't matter. Because you just
it really. There's certain people it's weird, but like with him, he was one of those rare cases where it just did not matter, because even though he did say the same thing essentially over and over again on every track, he still somehow found ways to make it clever in the way that he would say it. Even if he would say those same four things, I'm booming, I'm bunking, I'm serving all the babies, he still would find other ways to incorporate other things into shit that would come after that, to where I'm like, it's still somewhat acceptable to me. I don't know why, but with him, that's just what the case was. I can't explain it, but that's just what it is.
Like for me, a lot of it's nostalgia. I'm not even gonna give you that. I'm not gonna not give you that. But for me, I'm not gonna fake the funk. I guess is, you know what I'm saying. Like for me, I know a lot of it's just nostalgia. When I hear those songs, it takes me back to college. You know what I'm saying? It takes me back to a good place when I was kicking it with the homies, when we was doing a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it takes me to. So it just puts me in a good mental place. I know that, like, in, you know, those Gucci joints, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a time, especially for Atlanta music. Like, that was a lot of the blueprint of what we see now, you know what I'm saying? As far as, like, the people who put the people on who are new now, like, they was just getting their start and in those times. And OJ was a part of that. So it's like, it just puts me in a good space, like, because of the time frame that it reminds me of. But I know that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, my whole thing is I'm just going off of the number of where it's at and him being number 11. And just based off those factors, I wouldn't put him at number 11 of worst all time.
Yeah, maybe he just goes like what? Maybe he's in the 40s or the 30s or something like that. And I can acknowledge it then. But 11 is kind of wild. Marcus,
yeah, 11's a little high just for those factors alone.
That's a little high.
Yeah, 11 is high, but he also has one of the most iconic names in the history of rapper names. OJ. Who? The Juice Man.
Hey.
And here's you can't even say the whole name without saying the A at the end. No one can. Like it so that right there tells you can't be 11 with that kind of name recognition.
All right, number 12 is Maddie B. Who the fuck is that?
I don't know.
All right, he stays. 13, Vanilla Ice.
No,
I disagree.
Mm-mm.
I disagree.
That
shit.
Yeah,
yeah, I disagree. 14, Krayshawn. Eric, are you familiar with her at all?
Yeah, I'm familiar with her.
From what I've heard, I'd say she can stay right here on this list. Like,
yeah,
she kind of whack.
Yeah, it's not important enough for me to even do a deep dive on it. Yeah, 14 is cool.
Number 15 is Black Ty, aka Tyrese.
I didn't know who the fuck that was.
What?
I did not know who.
Yeah, that's Tyrese.
Jody
from Baby Boy. Absolutely.
Wow.
He can stay there.
Yep.
Yeah, he can stay. Only because I've never heard anything.
Number 16 is Ron Artest. Yes, that is the NBA player, Ron Artest.
You know what? I feel like Meta World Peace can stay there, and I'm not fucking with him.
I don't know. And the only reason I'm going to say I don't know, one, because I haven't heard his music, but that nigga is from Queens, and he grew up with Nas, with Capone and Noriega, with Mobb Deep, and all of them niggas. And them niggas are all lyrical giants. So I'm just saying that might mean something. I don't know if it does, but it might could. You know what I'm saying?
He can only stay there because of pure ignorance.
Yeah. 17
we'll also give him that same asterisk. We do not think of him as a rapper. No one thinks of Ron Artest.
Yeah,
correct. You think of him as the wild nigga that was in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody who fought the homies. You know what I'm saying? That's who everybody thinks of. 17 is YFN Lucci.
I'm not gonna disagree with him being at 17.
Okay.
I'm gonna say his status has elevated post-court case. So when he was out releasing music, I feel like, yes, that is true. He could, but since he has been, and then it's I don't want to say similarities, because it was him and Thug and it was, so he could be.
Didn't tell on Thug.
Yeah, like he could be a shitty rapper, but because he didn't, outside influence. I wasn't a fan of his then. I'm not a fan now, so he can stay.
I'm indifferent on him, but I do agree. But I do agree with what you said.
Number 18 is Shaq, and I had something controversial to say before the show. You know what I'm saying, and I'll say it again on air. I'm not scared.
My biological
You Can't Stop the Rain album is fire, and I still listen to cuts off of that joint to this day in 2024. Let me just run through the track. Let me just run through the track list. You Can't Stop the Rain by Shaq. You Can't Stop the Rain studio album.
That's in your Apple Music.
Yes. Yes, it is.
In your recently played.
Yep.
On the home screen.
Not on the home screen.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I was.
It's not on the home screen. All right. So the first song is an interlude, so whatever, it's like 15 seconds or whatever. Number 2, You Can't Stop the Rain, featuring the Notorious B.I.G. It was a big ass single also. Number 5, No Love Lost, featuring Jay-Z, Nas, and Lord Tariq.
And they
Number
just
6,
re-released that too,
which was produced by DJ Quick and was a huge single. Actually, I like Playing on the West Side, even though I miss Playing for the East Side. A lot of people fuck with that song.
You know what? I'm not even
gonna. Number 8, Legal Money, featuring Mobb Deep.
I want you to send it to me. I'm gonna give it an honest.
Game of Death, featuring Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not too many people that I know who are getting respected lyricists such as Jay-Z, Nas, Rakim, Mobb Deep, all on one album if they're white. Biggie, all if they're white. And that was for that to be a Biggie feature and not be on a Biggie album. Like, that was one of those where, you know how a nigga just kind of takes off at the end of a song where he just like catches the rhythm and you think he's gonna drop a 16, he fuck around and drop 48 on you, and you're like, damn, like Biggie did that at the end of this one. So it's like, for him to lend that type of a feature favor to Shaq, you know what I'm saying? Like, that says a lot to me, you know what I'm saying? But Eric, you've heard some of these joints that I played. I sent some of the shit to you. Can you believe this is Shaq?
Well, my thing is that I heard some of those songs like when I was growing up because of you. Like, I remember hearing some of that shit like, when I was younger. You know what I mean? So it was never a shock to me that Shaq could rap. So it never a shock to me, not one bit. He can still, I'm not gonna say he can still rap today like he was back on this album, but if you give him the right shit, he can still hold his own.
Him and Zero just came out with a track like 2 months ago or something like that. 2 months ago. Like, it's cold. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna say Shaq doesn't deserve to be where he's at 18 on the list. And I will say this because of what you kind of just said, you know, Biggie giving him that type of support, and you know, other artists. Damn, can't fucking talk today. Other artists like showing him so much kind of love that, you know, it's not just because you're Shaq, it's also because you have a love for music, and you're not gonna just make my shit out there just be whack. I'm gonna say that, you know, it doesn't deserve it. Also, let's not forget, Shaq musically is a DJ right now.
Yeah.
It's and if Shaq is DJing your party, that motherfucker's lit.
He's killing it. So you don't have that type of music.
Like the festival circuit and everything, right? Like he be doing the big shit. Like yeah.
So
yeah, shout out Shaq, man. I'd take this nigga name off the list. That's crazy. Number 19 is Riff Raff. Yeah, cool.
I think Riff Raff should be higher.
Yeah, I'm good with Riff Raff being on this list.
He could be a little higher on this list.
I feel like he could be the 10.
Number 20 is Playboy Cardi. Eric.
Worst rappers. I would, if you're asking me just as far as lyrical skill,
nah, nigga, nah, don't try to.
No.
He's got to be higher.
Be like, nah, in this one specific category, I think I agree. Like, nah, is Playboy Cardi one of the worst rappers of all time? Yes or no?
He's got to be higher. He's way higher than 20. Yeah, he's got to be higher.
Bro,
if we're just talking, fuck about, I don't give a fuck about the soundscape or anything like that, or
right.
the vibe here.
Right.
If we're strictly talking skill, no, Cardi is not a good rapper. I'm sorry.
I also feel like he's more known for being Meg's ex than rapping.
I feel like he's just known for being weird.
I think he's just known
not
for
weird
having
in an illegal way or nothing like that, but
basis.
just weird as far as like on some alternative, like trying to be a rock, like almost like on some little Uzi Vert type shit. I feel like Playboy Cardi is like in that category.
Yeah, because I wouldn't put Yachty, Uzi, and Cardi in the same category anymore. But if you asked me that same question in 2017, I would.
Yeah. 21 is Nick Cannon, which yeah, I can rock with that. Y'all ever heard the song Gigolo?
That song, his bars are not good on that song.
Yeah, I don't recommend it, but I don't recommend none of his shit. Like even the recent shit, like where he drops freestyles with like Conceited and Hitman Holla and DC Young Fly. I think they did it over on Tim Westwood. Man, what? He got smoked by all them niggas. Like Hitman went crazy. Conceited, he did what Conceited do. You know, he's gonna punch you to death. And then this nigga DC Young Fly, like that nigga went crazy.
Even on like the joking tip, because we can even move the goalposts and keep it simple. Let's go to Wild 'N Out. It's his show, and he never has the most fire bars in the Wild Styles or whatever. Never.
Right.
He always has the weakest ones.
And you get to practice, nigga. This is your show. Like, what you doing? Yeah.
Like
get out
50
of here.
Cent has called him forever corny. And I can't like now here's the thing. As much as I'm a fan of Wild 'N Out, and it's and its success, like I'm a legit fan. The people who have come up and the platform given and all of that, fan of the show. Even his little kind of young mogul-esque rise, you know, over Nickelodeon, over Child,
100%.
He was supposed to be the next mogul, the next person, the next name, for our generation. We were never supposed to look at Nick Cannon and think corny.
Correct. No, but here's the thing. No, I feel like there's a few things that he did. There's a few moves he made where that went wrong. So, because I totally agree with you. Like, he was one of the main guys, like, behind the scenes on Nickelodeon for years before we knew. Like, he used to do stand-up before Kenan and Kel. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not aired footage. You know what I'm saying? He would be like the warm-up guy or whatever. So he's been around since back then. Like, I grew up as a child watching Kenan and Kel and all that. So he was around since then. And I'm pretty sure probably had stakes and all, stock and all that type of stuff in the company. It grows to be as huge as it does. He's branching off doing all these other things. He's got Wild 'N Out and all of that. But obviously the Jewish comments that made him take a step back. But I feel like he pretty successfully bounced back from all of that. So I'm not even going to necessarily hold that against him at this point. I think it's all the kids, bro. Like, when you have that many children and you're not married to any of the moms, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if any of them have prenups. Like, so how much child support is that per month? Every month? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many kids does he have? Like, he has over 10, right?
Yeah, he's got over 10, but it's definitely a prenup situation because I mean he's not. I'll say this: I don't think there's no victims in Nick Cannon's.
I'm not
children.
saying that.
No.
Definitely
Like
not saying that.
so when we think child support and like how many checks
What
and
I'm
all of
saying
this.
is, all I'm saying is I'm just speaking to the point of that could have potentially possibly stopped him from getting to that next level of mogul status. Like he's not hurting. Nobody's hurting. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Oh,
when
you
have
saying
that
because he
much
doesn't
going
have
out,
the
like,
standard definition of like a family?
not even necessarily that. Just like, okay, let's say I'm worth 100 million. You know what I'm saying? And I bring in 20 a year. Let's say. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing in 20 million a year or whatever. Cool, but if I'm paying over $1 million in child support per month, which is very likely in his scenario, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a potential part of the investment that you're not making towards another part of the business, which would get you to that mogul status.
And I
That's
guess
what like, you know what I mean? Like these entrepreneurs and people like that, like they're constantly reinvesting until they get to that certain point of billionaire status or whatever the case is. When you got 10, 12, 15 kids that you got to pay for and all of that shit, and you got to try to be somewhat active in their lives a little bit at least, like it's going to hold
you spread yourself.
in my opinion. Like I feel like that's where it probably went wrong.
Like
if he had
because at that point you spread yourself way too thin.
Yeah, 2, 3 kids, you good. You can still do your thing and do everything that you want. 12, nigga, 15, like some shit like that. And then all the different moms you're dealing with, all these different personalities. And then think about Christmas. They don't live with you. So, okay, I got to go 2 hours here, 2 hours here, 2 hours here, 2 hours here. And you trying to do that throughout the year. You know what I mean? Like, there's something's going to suffer. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel like a lot of these entrepreneur type dudes that you see, they might only have 1 or 2 kids, like, or none. A lot of these niggas don't have kids. They be 50, 60 years old, no children.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I attribute it to that, but
so he stays there.
Yeah, nice scratch. 22, OG Mako. Eric, you have more knowledge on this gentleman. This is your home. So
I used to work with him
on this.
Yeah, I used to work with him back in the day. So
Hey,
I'm not putting him on this list.
Was that a shot?
So
was that a shot?
What'd he say?
Because he said he was like, he came off real. You have more knowledge on this gentleman, and then he said, then he like put it out there. He's like, hey, nah, that's your man, that's your homie. Because you're a fan.
I used to work with him. So yeah.
Yeah, no, we actually know each other.
Don't ask me on this
shot.
One,
that really is your man's.
Yeah, that was real bars. Like they FaceTimed each other and used to text and shit.
That's funny as fuck.
I linked with him a few times and everything.
Oh, so yeah, I digress.
We're not be able to actually speak his truth on this.
No, I would not put him on this list.
Yeah, of course. For me, I mean, he was more. I'm not gonna say he was a whack rapper because I don't even necessarily consider what he did rap per se. Like it was hip hop because it was within the genre, but like it was almost more like the equivalent of like screamo in heavy metal or some shit like that. Like he did that over rap beats, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, is that really rap? Like, so I don't even necessarily know if it's fair to judge him as a whack rapper because it's like I don't know if that's what the type of music he was even trying to make.
He also made a lot of auto-tune heavy music too.
See, I'm not familiar with that. I'm familiar with the bitch you guessed it type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So, shout out Mako. 23, Mike Jones. Absolutely not. Take him off. Mike Jones had flow.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, he was another OJ type nigga who, you know, obviously repeated. Now, he would do that within the song, but he would also repeat certain shit, you know, the phone number and, you know, hit Mike Jones.
Also,
Right. You know what I'm saying? Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. That was a return theme. So, you
Hey,
know,
what
he
happened?
did do the OJ thing, but
Hey, real
he was
shit. What
very
happens if we
unique
call the number?
and he you know, he just had an ill flow. So
Hey,
nah,
what
Mike
happens if
Jones,
we call the number?
huh?
What happens if we call the number?
Call it right
You
now.
go
on
ahead and
air.
call it. Sir.
330-8004.
It's probably somebody's real number now.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience this may cause.
Oh, okay.
That's got to be the most famous cell phone number in the
That's
history.
somebody's number though, still, because it didn't say this number's not in service.
Mm.
So
That'd be
that's
hilarious.
That's funny. Shout
That
out
would
Mike
be really
Jones.
funny.
It still comes up
24
with Houston, Texas, too. On the call log.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
24 is Birdman.
Man,
I
honestly,
agree. Yeah, Birdman's terrible if we're talking rap. But
Birdman should be higher.
no, I don't know if he should be higher because he does have some legendary shit talking. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying?
does. He
You do
does.
that beat sometimes that can elevate you. But yeah, nah, he's a garbage rapper. No, that nigga's horrible. And he got like way worse the older he got. That's the crazy thing.
I wouldn't
Like back
put
in
him up
the
too much
days,
past
at
where he
least
is now.
stick to a bounce a little bit, but I don't know. Like once he started fucking with Khaled and them, and it was like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh man,
Why
yeah,
do you
that's when the
just
flow
rhyme
got
nigga
like
with nigga constantly? That's all you do now. Like we sipping champagne, nigga. We running the game, nigga. It's the same, nigga. That's
Miss
me,
Gladys?
nigga.
Miss Gladys?
Oh yeah, shout out Miss Gladys though. You know, no disrespect to her ever. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
We saw you know, like Drewski said, he said, hey, we know about Miss Gladys, don't.
don't fuck around with his Gladys.
Right. Marcus, what's your thoughts on this, man? You was a Cash Money nigga growing up and a No Limit nigga.
So I never looked at I never looked at Birdman writing his own raps. I always looked at it like somebody was giving him this garbage shit, and he was only on the song for publishing purposes. I never thought he was like trying to rap. I was like, oh yeah. Matter of fact, in a weird way, he was a Khaled before Khaled, but he was actually rapping. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
You see what? Yeah, like. He was only on the song just to say he was on the song. So let me go ahead and say some shit that don't really even matter just to say, but I'm really not on this song.
Just want to go over some Birdman lyrics real quick.
I didn't say that was dope.
I didn't say you did. I just want to do it because it's fun. You know what I'm saying?
Birdman does have some funny ass lyrics.
And the fact that he has the Birdman, like this is considered the Birdman. Like this is iconic.
It is. It is. It definitely is. Here, let me see. Yeah, Leather Sauce Off. Birdman says, and I quote, she soft as a bush, nigga. She purple like Kush, nigga. We high on that money, nigga. We get it from Cook, nigga. Hit her with that crook, nigga. Fucking with crooks, nigga. Know what I do, nigga? Them teardrops is true, nigga. We stay so fly. Ride Bentley coupes, nigga. Rolls Royce Cornishes or Cornishes. I don't know. That's above my pay grade. I'm not rich. You know, I don't know how to say that. And asses by the beaches, blowing on that puff, and we driving foreign features. Okay, he's getting out of he's doing something slightly different. Okay, slow down, nigga. Hold on. Higher than whoever, nigga. Know about that cheddar, nigga. Oh, okay, he went right back to it. Let's too far out of No, I got a Tommy gun, gave one to my youngest son, and we got it together. 4751, you gonna hear us when we come, daddy.
So
that's far, you know.
It's safe to say.
I forgot that's how he ended that song.
Yep, didn't want to rhyme, you know. Just fuck it. I'm just gonna say some shit, and all right, this verse is over now. Like, Shout out Birdman. You know what I'm saying?
So with
Number 25
Cash
is
Money,
Bone Crusher. Number 25 is Bone Crusher.
never
You know?
scared. I'm not putting Bone Crusher on there. I'm not
No.
putting no one with a classic. If you have a classic song, I'm not putting you on this list. And Never Scared is part of the DNA of the crunk era. So
100%.
no.
Yeah.
100%. Number 26 is Iggy Azalea.
I can fuck with that.
I can too.
Yeah. Is it because we don't like Iggy?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say
Yeah.
because close your eyes, listen to a song, not
Yeah.
knowing it's Iggy Azalea. Is it trash? It's
So we don't-
poppy as fuck, but is it garbage? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would say no, actually.
We would like Iggy if she still had the T.I. Grand Hustle stamp, and that if she was still part of that, or if that situation didn't end like it did, or if it was good and they were just that's who discovered her and it worked out or whatever, Iggy would not be on this list. She would almost be in some type of royalty, but because we don't like her and T.I., no.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Okay. Number 27, Trinidad James.
Fuck
He is
no.
classic.
Fuck no. Them bad bitches from Spelman? No, nigga. That cannot be on this list. That shit go. That's a classic song. That's a classic song, and those are classic bars.
Yes.
What
yes,
did he?
absolutely.
My nigga. Like, no, that.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that
Yeah.
one right now. I don't want to fuck it up. Oh, man.
Don't believe me. Just watch. Yeah, like you,
Yeah,
like
that's-
Trinidad. No, nigga. That shit is classic.
Yeah, that's too classic of a hit to put him on
And
here.
then the nigga had the dog with the chain, and production wise, that beat still goes today.
Yes. Yeah.
That beat still goes today.
100%.
So
This
yeah,
ain't no fuck, nigga. If you a real nigga, then fuck with me. This one for the hood niggas, hipster bitches that shop at Lennox, dark skinned, light skinned, Asian and white.
women.
Piece. We know about you. Don't buy shoes unless they popular. That shit hard, dog. For the hoes, my nigga. Pussy popping that magic city, got the strong. My nigga, come match that shit
with me.
my nigga.
Yeah.
And don't pass that shit to me. It's one for my niggas. And bitches about that money, cash out.
Yeah.
Get Trinidad off that list, man. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's
Number
too hard.
29 or 28 is Lil Pump.
Agreed.
He can be way higher on this list.
Yeah, he can for sure stay. He can for sure stay.
Yeah.
29 is McConan.
I don't even know
He
who
can
that
also
is.
stay.
He had going up on a Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, he can stay there.
All right.
Yeah,
Number
I don't
30
see-
is Tony Ayo. Come on, gang.
I like.
You're being disrespectful.
This one is a tough one because yes, this is.
So I feel like he needs to be on. I feel like Tony Yayo is probably the only.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
You
know
agree
what?
that Tony Ayo is one of the worst rappers of all time.
No, I feel like he's.
This is. I agree with you, Marcus. If we're,
I feel like he
this is a
makes
perfect
the list.
placement for him.
Yeah, he makes the list, and there's 29 above him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like he's in a good place.
All right. Okay. 31 is Gutta Gutta.
Yeah, he's another. That's another one. This is
Stay
another
your
good
ass
one.
right on this list.
Stay your ass right here.
Might need to go higher.
Now, so as a
He has some
Gutta
of the
Gutta
worst. He has some of the worst lyrics on that one Young Money album that came out.
Fam, I'm looking for the one song right now. What was the
I
Bedrock?
think it's Bedrock.
Look,
Yeah,
hold on.
Bedrock.
Bedrock. Gutta. Look, this is how bad he is. I typed in Gutta Gutta. The top search was Gutta Gutta grocery bag. That's how you know how. Right? Exactly. Come on, gang. What are you talking about?
Hold on. Were you not a fan of Gutter during the Squad Up days, though?
Wasn't he? Didn't he have a
He
different
wasn't
name?
Gutta Gutta back then. He was called something else, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he was called Gutta Gutta back then. Because in those days he might have been all right. Like, I like the way you walking. If you walking my way, I'm that Red Bull. Now let's fly away. Okay, that's not terrible. Let's buy a place with all kind of space. I'll let you be the judge, and I'm the case. I'm Gutta Gutta. I put her under. She see me with her. No Stevie Wonder. All right. She don't ever wonder because I know she bad, and I got her, nigga. Grocery bag. Marcus, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Eric, what does that mean? What does I got her grocery bag mean? What does it? Please tell me. Somebody.
I
don't know.
Okay, Gutter can stay there.
Gutter is right the fuck where he belongs.
Yeah, I'm not even
32's
gonna try to
Webby.
give an
Totally
explanation on that one.
disagree. 32's Webby. Get him off the list immediately.
I agree.
This is when they start getting a little ridiculous at this point in the list, in my opinion. Like they're just starting to get flat out ridiculous. Number 34 is Earl Sweatshirt. No. Number 35 is Freeway. Absolutely not. 36 is Ludacris. 37 is Cassidy.
Ludacris is a worse rapper than Cassidy?
Why are they on the list at all?
Yeah, why are they on the list, period?
Any of
And
those
in this
names.
order is
Earl
crazy, too.
Sweatshirt, Freeway, Ludacris, Cassidy. None of them should be on this list. Those are some of the nicest rappers of all time.
Right.
Why is Designer even close to any of these people's names when talking about a worst rapper?
What?
So, and this is going to sound
Chingy.
crazy.
Like, Chingy didn't have a long run, but he had some joints.
If you put Designer on this list right at 38, and then you like, well, you got Panda, and then, first
Timmy
of all, Timmy Turner is in my opinion better than Panda.
It's way better than Panda.
And the beat on Timmy Turner, like that shit today still goes. But if you had to just show me a Designer freestyle and you show me the one where he was on Funk Flex, I would 100% agree that he should not only be on this list, but also a lot higher. So I can understand why he's on the list, because maybe you just don't know Timmy Turner.
Also, homeboy whacked off on an airplane, bro. Like when you do shit like that, you get put on worse rappers.
What?
Nigga was
whacked off on an airplane.
Is he on a no-fly list?
He pulled his meat out or some shit like that. Like here, let me look it up. Let me get him correct.
No,
here, let me start.
He might be on a no-fly list now.
Oh no, I didn't know he was on Diddy Airlines.
I think he blamed it on like a mental health episode or some shit like that. But yeah,
it was that.
Okay, well then, he deserves to be on this list, and we're gonna leave him right there. Bow Wow is next.
Rapper Designer charged with indecent exposure on a plane after tweet about mental health. The rapper Designer was charged Monday with one federal count of indecent exposure on an aircraft after authorities say he masturbated on a flight from Tokyo to Minneapolis. Yeah.
First of all, that's a long
off on an airplane, bro.
That's a long flight, nigga. That's a long flight.
Bathroom, nigga. Like,
I didn't say he was wrong, right? I'm just saying that's a long flight.
I get it. Go to the bathroom. You're gonna handle that. 39 is Bow Wow. I totally disagree. Bow Wow is a legend, especially for young rappers. And he, again, throughout his career, he had joints that people fucked with. You know what I'm saying? Like at every stage of his career, he had joints that people fucked with. When he first came out, the joint was Snoop. People liked it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
I got Mickey Mouse around my neck.
Yeah, that's so Def Run alone keeps him off this. That's so Def Run alone keeps him off this list to me.
Yeah.
And then after that, he came back and he was a little bit older and he had the little when he was fucking with Pharrell and them. Remember, he was little Bow Wow. You just don't know the way however that song went. That was a little joint. That was kind of all right, Bow Wow. Like you growing up a little bit, like you still keeping it kid friendly, but you slightly all right. You're allowing us to grow up with you because I'm the same age as that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he was 13, I was 13. So it was like I literally grew up with watching Bow Wow grow up too. So
Right.
Then he came out with the joint with Omarion and the joint with Chris Brown and all of that shit later on, and those worked. And then he came out with his shit with Sierra, and that shit worked. He was grown at this point, and all this shit was still going. He's in his 20s now. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, he's going on like a 15-year career. And he had all the 6 and Park shit and all of that. So, nah, Bow Wow, forever a legend, bro. Even
I couldn't agree with you more.
A lot of the jokes are funny.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Let's see. We're getting through it. Number 40 is Flow Rider.
No.
Flow Rider's a weird one for me because Flow Rider went pop pretty early to me in his career.
Yeah.
Like, yes, does he technically still rap? I mean, yeah, but not really. Not really to me. Like, yeah, the older stuff you could have put that in that category, but he went too pop for me too early. So no, I wouldn't even put him on this. I wouldn't put him on this list for that reason alone. Just because I don't even really consider him like a rapper.
To me, he's like,
I agree with both of y'all, but when you do numbers that are also so big that they can't be overlooked, like you'd be like, oh, he only has one song, but if that one song did 100 million, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I don't need 15 songs or 6 hits or my one song. Is that.
The songs that he makes now are just not on the charts that we listen to. That's why I say he's more like a Pitbull type of nigga. He has way more hits than what we're familiar with. If you go to some of these salsa clubs or some of these Latin clubs and shit like that, you're gonna hear some fucking Flow Rider in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not on.
And he got $100 million from Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I don't think Flow Rider should be on here.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Number 41 is Shawty Low. How do we feel about that one?
No, I said about Magoo. I can't do it. No, I'm not putting the goddamn. It must be two. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, but let me make my argument. The same argument I would make when I say that Jeezy raps better on Mustard beats than he does on Southern beats, right? The argument I'm making is if you take those words, take them off the beat and just write them on paper, what bars are better? Or if you just heard them a cappella with no beat, what rapping is better? You know what I'm saying? So with that same standard, take the beat away, take the ad libs away, and it's just Shawty Low's verses. Is he a good rapper?
Shawty Low to me kind of falls into almost the same category as like OJ the Juice Man and kind of Blueface to me a little bit. Well, sorry, not Blueface. Who was the other one we said that? Oh, Mike Jones. Kind of falls in that category to me a little bit too.
The repetitive shit?
Yeah.
So yeah. I got
like it's still it's not as heavy, but it's still pretty similar.
I agree. Dun and what was the big shit?
They Know.
Very similar. The beats are totally different. Song.
Is Shawty Low considered a legend?
I think yes, because if you know.
It's okay to say because he
passed. If you know what he did, it's one of those if you know kind of things though. Like I don't think he's a face value legend. I think he's a legend once you incorporate the fact that he was kind of he was the Eazy-E of D4L for the lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of the street guy. Okay. He was the one who had the money. You know what I'm saying? He was the one who was really outside doing all the shit that all the trap niggas rap about. You know what I'm saying? So when you know that, And then he created D4L and was one of the pioneers of the snap movement, which was one of the pioneers of the ringtone movement, which was, it led to all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people being real single heavy instead of album heavy. That came from the ringtone era, which came from snap music, which came from D4L. So it's like the trickle down is there if you really look at it. And from that standpoint, I say, yes, he is a legend.
Okay. I agree.
I agree too.
42 is Chief Keef. I say off influence alone, he can't be.
Nah. Yeah. I agree
Off
too.
influence alone, he can't be. Like every new nigga that comes out in interviews when people ask who their influences are, they say Lil Wayne, they say Chief Keef. Those are like the top in Future. Those are like the top 3 names I hear. And Gucci.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 actually.
Off influence, off song impact, like nah, like you can't put Keef on this list because just strictly off of those things. And just listening, I still listen to Keef. If you listen to Keef's newer stuff, he's not bad. He's not a bad rapper. Like I just wouldn't personally call him a bad rapper anymore.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call him one back then either, but I mean, but yeah.
2025. I'm in charge of the DJ and at Coachella, right? And they say, Mr. Marcus, you gonna come out, do this and the third. You got a 12-minute set, you know, to get 25,000 people rocking. There's no way I don't play Finito.
Easy cheat code.
There's no way that song doesn't get. If I have to entertain thousands and thousands of people, and play and where everybody's like rock, there's no way that song doesn't get played.
that's real. That's real.
So
Yeah, shout out Chief Keef.
Yeah,
Number 43 is Plies. How we feel about that one? Because I understand it. I don't know if I fully agree based on the classic argument and based on, you know, again, the nostalgia and the time frame argument. Because when Plies was really hot, his music fit the wave that was going on, and it was so unique that it was like, you know what I mean? But then there's the other side of it where, you know, like Marcus has brought up many times on here, that is not his story that he's telling. That's his brother's story. You know what I'm saying? So is that, you know, but from a rapper's perspective, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You're telling stories, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Like there's a lot to consider there with Plies, but how we feel about him?
You know, based on what you just said, I think the thing that makes me want to take Plies off the list is because he was kind of able to bounce back from all that.
Yeah, he bounced back, but I also want to go back to what you said too. The same reason what we said about Ludacris. You know, Ludacris' music didn't age well, right? Plies' image didn't age well. Not necessarily his music. So it's kind of the reverse, you know. But I don't feel like he should be on this list though, because In Love with a Stripper still goes to this day. You know,
yeah.
If you
it's
one
of the greatest diss tracks of all time that isn't violent. You know what I'm saying? He gave a way for niggas that like, damn, I'm not about to go kill this nigga, but what can I say to I will fuck your bitch though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'ma fuck your old lady.
Yeah.
Classic. So yeah, come on now.
And he gave us Becky.
He gave us Becky.
Yeah, he gave us Becky. So
that's a classic.
Yeah.
Becky's classic.
Hey, this is gonna be TMI, but I'm married, so it don't matter because I have never gotten Becky.
You got
ever
in life?
Yeah, I've never had a white girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Oh, nigga, please. Nah, I've never been with a white. Yeah, that's what I meant by the Becky. Like, I ain't never.
You've never had a Becky.
No, I've never had a Becky.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Word.
Yeah.
44 is French Montana. I agree.
I hate
French Montana based off of this lyric right here. I don't even have to look it up. This is how much I hate this bar. This nigga said on a song with Trinidad James and ASAP Ferg and
It
ASAP
was on the
Rocky.
Work remix.
Yep, on the Work remix. This nigga says, her ass fat. I can park 10 Tahoes on it.
Yeah.
French Montana. Stop rapping. Don't.
And you did
just-
that on a song where everybody else like
Everybody fucking snapped. Schoolboy Q. Come on, gang. Like, nah, bro. French Montana. No, hold on. Let me give you the full bar, actually, because I don't even remember. I don't remember the full shit.
the full bar's
Is he
worse.
Arabic?
He is. And here's the thing. I actually like French Montana's interviews and shit like that. Like, I like him as a personality. I hate him as a rapper. He is one of the worst rappers. He is in my top 5 worst rappers of all
Really?
time.
Yeah,
I
I'd
hate
put him
French
top five,
Montana's
too.
rap. Like, I
Hold on.
think he's
Based on-
terrible.
Oh, hold on. Based on what you just said, you would put French Montana right above Silk the Shocker as 4.
From a pure skill perspective, no, I don't think he's worse than Silk. I will say there are more songs with Silk on them that I will listen to than that I like. I don't get as irritated when Silk's verse comes on a song. I'll be like, all right, here comes Silk, you know, whatever. It'll be over soon. But when French comes on, I'll be like, oh, here goes this nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, hold on, man. I hate this verse so much. Like, all right.
And you know what else too?
That ain't
flow that he
Kanye.
uses on
That's
there.
Montana. Loose cannon. He shot me, so I had to do it. Put him in the dirt. Put him in it first. This is horrible. I just sold a Swammy with 10 homies on it. Her ass fat. You can park 10 Tahoes on it. Stop. Cut this shit off. This is horrible. When they mask up, they come in for your ice. When they bare face, they come in for your life. That's actually a good line. I actually like that line. I actually like that one. Baby, don't pray for me, pray for the weak. I'm drinking lean. It helped me sleep. Illuminati. I'm from the streets. Never sold my body. We taking bodies. This is horrible. This is so bad. He had one good line in that song. Yeah, when they mask up, they coming for your ice. If they bareface, they coming for your life. That's the best line of the whole shit. That was terrible. And that's supposed to be a posse cut, like a modern day posse cut where everybody come on there and go crazy. Like, and this nigga want to come and do that.
I'm drinking lean. It helped me sleep.
I don't give a fuck what helps you sleep, French Montana. Get that shit out of here, dog. This nigga's horrible. So yeah, he absolutely deserves. What do y'all think? Are y'all good with French or?
No, I
agree?
completely agree. He's
Yeah.
I would move him way up too.
But shout out to him because I do like him as a personality. The nigga's funny, you know what I'm saying? Where he be on interviews, I tune in. You know what I mean?
Cool
I don't.
guy.
Yeah, cool guy. You know what I'm
Bad
saying?
rapper.
I don't wish ill on him, no shit like that. But I would be very happy if I never heard any French Montana bars for the rest of my existence. You know what I'm saying? And any future existences that I may or may not have, I will hope for the same. I need no French Montana going forward. Number 45 is Slim Jimmy.
I'm gonna say agree. I feel like he's at the right spot.
He's at the right spot.
And I
Number
feel like the
45
hesitation from Eric is a cosign.
solidifies it. All right, we can leave him there.
Yeah, sure, why
46
not?
is Memphis Bleak. I disagree with that.
Hold on, being 46 on the list. What do you disagree with?
Being on the list.
Should he be on the list? Period. Is
I
the real
think, yes.
I
question.
think I can name 50 worse rappers than Memphis Bleak.
Okay, I will digress because of what I will say. Memphis Bleak should be 50.
Like
Out of what's on
he's-
this list, well, no, but I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Like I
not
think I
gonna.
can name 50 words, but he floats around it. Like I'm not mad at it, but I disagree.
So that's
But I'm
why,
not
yeah,
mad. It's
yeah.
not
I feel like,
blasphemy.
yeah, he could be 50.
It's not blasphemy. So
Yeah.
okay.
I feel like if you were to really sit down and to have a criteria for the entire list, right? You know, we just name recognition, song, genre, era, record sales, lyrical, like we had all of the. I feel like if we really took our time, I feel like Memphis Bleak would be 50 on that list.
I could see that. I could see that. That's fair. Number 47 is YG.
This one is a tough one because this one's tough for me personally because do I think YG is one of the 50 worst rappers? No. Purely because YG has a classic album, so actually never mind. I take back my argument. Never mind. No, YG has a classic rap album, so no, I'm not putting him on this list.
And I would go further. Not only does he have a classic album, I would also say none of his projects are bad. Like all of his projects are solid music bodies of work. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
Sure.
is his lyrical prowess up there and all of that? Not necessarily, but he's a pretty good storyteller. You know what I'm saying? I think he's actually doesn't get enough credit for his storytelling ability. Like Bull Bomb and Collective, that's a story from front to end.
I agree.
Bick and Back being Bull is also a story. You know what I'm saying? And Meet the Flockers is a story about robbing people and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and then My Crazy Life from front to back is kind of a story. If you just listen to it, the whole album from front to end, it kind of tells a story. So it's like, when you take that into account, you know, not a lot of people are really doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like most recently, as far as on some street shit, it was really just King Von, kind of. You know what I mean? Like who else is really like telling street stories? You know what I mean? Like it's not really a
I
thing.
agree.
So
I also don't think of YG as. Hear me out. I don't think of him as a mainstream rapper. And like I feel like he's a rapper who raps for his audience where he's at in California. And if it gets out and got big and it happens to be successful, that's great. That's wonderful. But that's not who I'm rapping. That's not who I'm talking. That's not like it's not. It's more like a local legend who got famous versus him trying to be famous as a local legend.
I can rock with that. I can rock with that too, especially because I think, again, going back to just timing, I think the timing of My Crazy Life was at a time when that sound was the mainstream sound. You know what I'm saying? Like that DJ Mustard West Coast kind of sound.
Yeah.
That was the mainstream sound. You gotta think Tinashe was popping at the time, Ty Dolla $ign was popping at the time. Like a lot of the rappers were starting to use those type of beats. That's when Jeezy started rapping those kind of beats. That's when the Yo Gotti joint Act Right came out. Like all of that was around that same time. Problem was popping at that time. Who are them niggas from the Bay?
League of Stars. League of Stars.
It was a group that they produced a lot for. Like what's his name? Pilo or some shit like that. Like it was somebody like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about.
Niggas, because Sage the Gemini was part of that crew. You know what I'm saying? And he was another guy that was popping at that time. So like that was the mainstream sound at the time. So YG just happened to be like the perfect catalyst for it, I think, too. So I think there's some of that in there as well. But
I agree.
No, I agree with you though, Marcus. I think that's a pretty good assessment. Like he's making modern day West Coast, for the most part, gangbang and club music. And if it works outside of here, cool. But this is who I'm making it for. I agree. 48 is Tyga. I think he's kind of in that same lane, just minus the gangbang part.
I agree. And Tyga had a couple of different runs. So
yeah,
he had a couple of different runs, and he once again another person who, to me, had a resurgence with taste. When that came out, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing that on the radio. So, like, yeah, that's just another big reason. Like, yeah, whenever people count him out, he always kind of sneaks his way back in a little bit. So, for that reason alone, I wouldn't put him on this list.
I don't want to take Tyga off, but because of what we said earlier and what we said on others, and it applies to Tyga, we have to take him off.
What's that?
No, that's what I'm saying.
What applies that we said earlier?
He had a run. He does have a classic. His image is not really.
What's Tyga's classic?
Oh, hold on. Please hold.
One of those mixtapes.
Not a classic album.
It's not an album. It's one of those mixtapes that he dropped.
He has a classic mixtape.
Because it had like a bunch of different
real quick,
club shit on it.
Just before you continue, I just want to throw out some other classic mixtapes before you answer.
Okay.
Dedication 2 is a classic mixtape. Can't Ban the Snowman, classic mixtape. What was the shit that DJ Drama and Gucci did? The one with Vet Passed By on it and all of that.
The movie
Part 3, classic mixtape. This is the caliber I'm talking about. So is it up there?
So I'm gonna say the Taste song that with him and Offset. Like when I say,
you were talking about the song. Okay.
The song. Now I won't. Yeah, I misspoke. Yeah, the song.
You talking about the song? I can rock with your.
The song. Yeah, the song. Like that was that. The song alone is why he's not on the list.
Okay.
And we've taken others off because of the song. Like, and that song was everywhere it did number. Like, so I have to. If we've taken others off, but yeah.
Number 49 is Logic.
I don't hate it. I'm not a Logic fan though either.
I'm not
a
Logic
understand
either, but having heard some Logic music, no. If I'm being honest, he does not deserve to be on this list. If I'm being honest, it's fun to make fun of him.
Be a hater.
If I'm being a hater, yeah, get him out of here. Nobody wants to hear that corny bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would you say he's 49 and Memphis? Actually, I would say Memphis Bleek is 50 and 49 and he's 50. Could you make that argument? But or does he not even make the list?
Bleak has Is That Your Chick, and that's classic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
so,
okay.
Number 50, 21 Savage.
Absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, I can't put 21 Savage on this at all. Like
why not? Just still based on classics, based on everything. Like what's everything?
He kind of fits your Freeway, Ludacris, Cassidy. Why are they on the list? Like 21 Savage deserves nowhere near this list.
Yeah.
21 not only does he have a couple of I wouldn't call them classic records, he's got a couple of like street classics under his belt, so I'll give him that. That's the first part. The second part is that 21 skillfully has improved so much from when he first came out that if you were to go back and listen to the 21 that first came out in 17 to the 21 that we have now, it's I kind of said the same thing with Yachty, but with him especially on getting with different artists like Cole and being able to like hold your own with some of these people, can't put you on the list for that reason.
That's true. That's true. If you can hold your own with somebody who, generationally speaking, is considered one of the best out of their crop, which is realistically, I feel like the only fair way you can really judge it. There's not really a way to judge a best of all time when it comes to music. Even with sports, I feel like it's not really a fair thing just because rules change, depending on what era you're in. So, there's always going to be hypotheticals and shit like that. So it's not really fair. You can really only compare people against their best competition, right? So musically, I feel the same. So if you're able to get on a song with a Kendrick Lamar, with a J. Cole, or with a Drake, who are essentially the top three that universally agreed upon the best guys out there, you know, as far as like from a skill perspective, you know what I mean? If you're able to get on songs with them and people are like, yo, you did your thing on there with them, then you can't be considered whack to me. You know what I mean? That's the same thing in the 90s. If you get on a song with Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, or Biggie, and you do your thing on it next to them, you can't be whack because those are considered the best. If it's the mid 2000s, you get on a song with 50, with M, you know what I'm saying, with Jay-Z, with you know what I mean, some of these guys, like you get on a song with them, Scarface, I would say, because he had a big resurgence around that time. So if you get on a song with them and you holding your own, you can't be wet. T.I., he's another guy. Ludacris at the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I think we did a good job, fellas, of breaking that list down. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate y'all for sticking with us over
before we get out of here.
Say what, bro?
I got one question. Is there anybody who's not on the list that needs to be on the list?
NBA YoungBoy.
Bro, why are you on the same brain as me?
Why is NBA YoungBoy not on this list?
That's where I was going with it.
YoungBoy.
Yeah, he should absolutely be on the list. Let me think. If Lil Pump is on that list, then Smoke Perp needs to be on that list right there next to him.
Smoke Perp. Okay.
If we're going to talk about list plants, this is a list plant. Does Kodak get on that list?
Nah,
I would not put him on there, but I can see why somebody would.
Okay.
Yeah. Same as Eric. But I would also just say no, only because of the amount of people that love him. Like, just because I don't get it doesn't mean,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? It's just not for me, but people love it. So it's like, all right, there's an audience for it, and a big audience for it at that. Not just like a little niche audience where it's like, all right, you know, I'm just going to rock out on this chitlin circuit for the rest of my life. Like, nah, there's a big audience for the shit Kodak's doing. So it's like, I just don't get it, but it's got to be, you know what I mean, appealing to somebody. So,
yeah.
But yeah, man, definitely appreciate everybody for rocking with us over the last 2 weeks on this breakdown of the last, the worst 50 rappers of all time. Shout out Allie. She'll be back next week. But other than that, this is the Ethos Media Network. We appreciate y'all once again. Please make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe for all of the latest content. This is Mr. Marcus TV. This is Eric G. And I am Shane G. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.